I started to think, well, why do women always take on men's names? Why don't they keep their own? I would be, why? I must go back to a time when it was important and women were not, individualistic enough for some reason. But right now, they could keep on their own names. But I would certainly, it came from me wanting, George Clooney's always been such a stupid name. Clooney, how could you have a big star in this world called Clooney? Amaluddin? Yeah. George Amaluddin. Do you agree? Yeah. Oh, Clooney भी भूल जाएंगे बीच में, okay? क्या Clooney कोई नाम होता है? It'll become George C. Amaluddin, right?
Who cares? He's sexy enough.
His sex appeal would be greater, right? George C. Amaluddin. कितना अच्छा नाम.
Actions speak louder than words and names.
Right. सही है. Yeah. George Colony Amaluddin. Yeah. Correct.
This one's to Shekhar Kapur, the economist.
ये economist का नाम.
Yeah, economist. In context of the present times and the new government, do you believe that hope is a sustainable driver of the economy? You tweeted on this.
Yeah, hope is the biggest driver of an economy. I mean, I don't know, many of you must be investing in the stock market, right? Yes, everybody, your brokers and everybody will give you proper analysis. But ultimately, what are you doing? You're hoping that somebody else will buy this thing at a higher price than you bought it at. So you're assuming or hoping that मुझसे कोई बुद्धू ज़्यादा वहाँ बैठ रहा है जो, somebody is less into more. I'm more clever. My broker is better. Hope drives the stock market, right? Hope drives the tomorrow. And if there is hope, then there is investment. If there is hope, people invest money, their new ventures. Why would I become an entrepreneur if I didn't hope that I am in an environment where my entrepreneurship could bring rewards and dividends? It's hope. I remember, I have a startup, it's an internet startup, and I remember talking all over the world, and they would say, let's get people to invest in India. The India story is good. It's a good story, the India story. Hope. It's a story of hope. Right? Then they would say last time, it's all, just a year ago, everybody stopped investing in India because they said, India, there's no hope for India. Or the investment stopped. So the fundamental driver is hope, unless there's war or something else, but fundamentally it's driven by hope, the economy.
So hope is a driver of the economy.
Yeah. Look at Mr. Modi, he's creating so much hope.
Shekharji, I know you don't want to answer any Bollywood-related questions, and that's what we kind of, but can we just ask you a couple of them?
Sure. You won't get very nice answers.
No, this one's not really Bollywood, Hollywood. You created history by creating Mogambo.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Javedi's lines, Mogambo Khush Hua became like national anthem. So, Shekharji, Gustaki Maaf, Shekhar Kab Khush Hua?
I can tell you, it's really, let me demystify Shekhar Kapur here. When I was making Mr. India, I had shot 50 or 60% of Mr. India before. I knew there was a character called Mogambo being written. I had no idea what Mogambo was or who he is. And I kept telling Javed, I said, come on Javed, give me the scenes. Tell me, I have to shoot this character, I have to integrate the character in the film. So one day he said, I've got it. I said, what? He said, I've got the character. And I said, tell me what the character is. Tell me about him. He said, character, oh, hai ji, uska naam hai, wo character hai, Mogambo Khush Hua. I said, yeah, that's one line. Where's the character? He said, that's a character. Mogambo Khush Hua. And I said, ab to phas gaya, ab to aadhi film ban gayi, ab to banani padegi. So I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. No, this is a man who's written Sholay and all the lines and he just said, I better trust him. He said, Shekharji, aap मान लीजिए मेरी बात. He was very persuasive. मेरी बात मान लीजिए. जब दुबई में क्रिकेट मैच में जब कपिल देव छक्का मारेगा, 6 मारेगा, तो लोग कहेंगे मोगैम्बो खुश हुआ. And a year later it happened. There was a big sign saying मोगैम्बो खुश हुआ. He told me जब लोग दिवाली में ताश खेलेंगे और किसी बस्ती ने कहेंगे मोगैम्बो खुश हुआ. So on 3 lines he created a character. And then I said, well, if I trust him, then I have to go with him. And then I started to work Mogambo Kushua. So I had to find 20 different ways for him to say Mogambo Kushua, Mogambo Kushua, Mogambo Kushua, Mogambo Kushua. I say Mogambo Kushua, I said that, and then I made it into a character. I mean, he must have said Mogambo Kushua 30 or 40 times in the film. It defined the character. That's how that happened.
So coming back to my question, Shekhar Kapur हुआ.
कब खुश हुआ?
I said you say Mogambo कब खुश हुआ? So 3 इक्के छक्के. Like what really makes you happy?
What really what?
What really makes you happy? Like maybe it's just momentary because you have been talking about the moment. So that 3 इक्का is just a moment where you just feel happy. So what are the moments your moments?
I think it might be a week when your audience says Mogambo Kushua.
Yes, that's a great moment. So can you all say Mogambo Kushua? And give me a moment to do it, a great moment of happiness. It's very difficult for me to get my daughter to say she loves me. And when she does, I melt. It's a great moment. I lose. The greatest moments in your life is when your individuality drops. Your greatest moments in your life are not where your ego gets supercharged. It's something happens in your life that actually makes you feel emotionally so strong that you forget yourself. And if you can forget yourself, there is no greater emotional moment than that. And I have consistently do that. Yesterday we launched something in Bombay called the Dharavi project. And I have my internet company and me and friends and Rehman, we all went, and in Dharavi we launched a project which gives a platform for the young people in Dharavi to do. They are very good at rap because it's street music and hip hop. And so we had a huge thing, and Universal Music Head came and they did a show for us. I felt so humbled by that. I sat and cried. It was a Mogambo Kushua moment for me. When I met my daughter, I said, that's really, ultimately, it's not your ego boosters, it's your ego destroyers. It's ultimately the most powerful tool that you have is humility. If something can make you feel so humble that you are in touch with God for that one moment, there is no more Mogambo Kushua moment than that.
So beautiful. I'm speechless actually. I just want to drop the papers and give you a hug.
See? Now, you know Amma who just hugs to everybody? Amma. She's hugged 40 million people. Just hugged one.
You're not a star until you love yourself. How do you make the stars love the roles they are in?
How do I make?
The heroines love the roles they are in because you say you're not a star until you love yourself.
Everybody talks about Kate Blanchett. I was one of the first ones to give her a break. She was amazing. Her only thing is that she used to doubt herself. Constantly. That's the thing in the creative business. How do you know it's done? How do you know it's done? How do you know that your poetry is done, your poem is done? How do you know it's good? And is it only good if somebody looks at it and says, fantastic? Are you constantly going to be looking for appreciation? Are you going to let yourself or your creativity be judged by other people? Well, then the question is, how do they know? Because, how do you judge your own creativity? How do you judge it? That's what I had to teach her. To trust yourself, and there's only one way to trust yourself, is to love yourself. And if you love yourself, you are able to find an honest moment. If you don't trust yourself, there is no honest moment. Okay? Only when you trust yourself does an honest moment come. And if you recognize, you know, you don't know when you're right. Nobody knows when you're right or wrong. Unless you take an exam, then your teacher tells you you're right or wrong. Or you make a film and the box office tells you right or wrong. You know, how do you know you're right or wrong? You will know if there's a moment that touches you, and it's a moment of honesty, then you know.
You've had your share of successes and failures, and yet you say